Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sales with Doug. You get me? I'm going to break down some more sales techniques for you guys today. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys some different ways to close, on how to close different prospects and get things moving. Well, the truth is every coach wants to close more sales, right? But you got to think about it. You can't just have one way of closing prospects. You're just leaving money on the table. Think of it like you're a mechanic, right? If you only know how to use a wrench, what happens when you need to use a screwdriver, for example? It's a bit like that. So that's why today in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to use different techniques to close prospects on your sales calls. So the first method you guys can use, which is called the Assumptive Close, and this is one of my favorite ones, and this is how it goes. So basically what it is that you speak and you frame it as if they're already in the program, right? So after you drop your price, you just go, so you're going to kick off on Monday or Wednesday, which one works better for you? This is easy, and obviously it's like you're hitting them with confidence because this prospect already trusts you, they've seen your content, they're warm, they're ready to go, right? And it's a good one, it works, so give it a go. I actually had a fitness client once who tried this. So she basically had somebody who was following her for 6 months on their Instagram page, but that person never moved. So when she got on the sales call with them and she tried it, the person never hesitated, and then her prospect said yes, and there you go, a new client on her books. Second technique you can use during a sales call to close someone is called the takeaway close. This is actually where you pull back instead of pushing forward. So let's say, for example, a client is dragging their feet, right? You could try and say this: listen up, I'm not here to convince you, right? It's totally fine if this is not a priority right now. But based on what you told me, waiting could mean you could be stuck for another 6 months of where you are. The funny thing is that people actually, weirdly, somehow value things they can lose more rather than what they can gain. A property coach I worked with actually used this exact technique on a hesitant client that they had, and the prospect just went and said, okay, let's do this. I don't want to waste any more time. So give it a go. The third one is the direct close. This one's simple. All you do is ask straight up, are you ready to get started? This one is not where you're dancing around the topic and you can't really ask for the sale. There's not really no fluff and no back and forth. You're just straight to the point. Some of you are overcomplicating sales because you're scared to be direct. But the truth is, prospects like clarity. I had a coach once who told me, Doug, that feels too blunt. And I just said, try it. Funny enough, she tried it and she had a prospect tell her, I was waiting for you to ask me. So it just goes to show people are waiting for an invitation for them to come on your program. Now, the fourth technique is the urgency close. Now, this isn't about some fake scarcity, but it's about adding real urgency in order for your prospect to make a decision today. It's all about real consequences, and you have to frame the cost of inaction. For example, you can say, if you wait, you'll still be in the same position in the next 3 months, still frustrated and not making any sales. But if you start now, you'll then be 12 weeks ahead. You see, when urgency is done with integrity, it's powerful. But a big caveat is that just don't abuse it, because people can smell fake scarcity a mile away. Believe me, they can. So there you go. 4 different closing techniques that you can start using straight away: the assumptive, direct, takeaway, and urgency. The key here is knowing when to use which one, because when you only rely on one close, you might struggle a bit because not all your prospect will fit into the one particular mode that you have in your head. That's me. That's Sales with Doug. See you in the next one.